The neon lights of the Don Valley reflected off the sleek metallic hull of the Steel City skimmer. Mel Sterland adjusted his trench coat, his knees aching with the phantom pains of 1,000 overzealous tackles. Behind the controls, R.A. Waddilove adjusted his goggles, the hovercraft's engines humming a low industrial growl that echoed through the empty streets of Sheffield. "Keep it steady, Wadders," Mel growled, checking his reflection in the mirror. "Rustie's counting on us to get her to the charity venue safely, and if I see one paparazzi, I won't be responsible for my actions." They were docked outside the city hall, where celebrity chef Rustie Lee was preparing for her charity visit to a group of tapped children. Rustie stepped out of a taxi, her laugh booming louder than the hovercraft's turbines. "Ah, Mel, darling, is this the chariot?" she cried, clutching a giant bottle of Caribbean punch. "It's the skimmer, Rustie. Best way to avoid the roadworks on the parkway," Mel replied, offering a hand. Suddenly, the screech of a brake pad pierced the air. Tony Dorigo skidded into view on a chrome BMX, performing a bunny hop over a stray traffic cone. He looked winded, but determined. "Mel, you've got trouble," Dorigo panted, adjusting his headband. "Commissioner Whitehouse is at the charity center. He says the skimmer's hovering license has expired. He's looking for any excuse to shut you down." Mel's jaw tightened. Dane Whitehouse, the man who'd spent 10 years trying to knacker Mel's private eye career, just because he played for the Blades and Mel for Wednesday. "Okay, Wadders, floor it," Mel commanded. The Steel City skimmer lifted 3 feet off the ground, blasting a cloud of Sheffield grit behind them as they roared toward the community center. They arrived just as Commissioner Whitehouse stood on the steps, arms crossed, flanked by 2 officers. "Sterland," Whitehouse sneered, "you're making a scene. This is a charity event, not a cup final." "Step aside, Commissioner," Mel said, stepping off the skimmer with Rustie in tow. "The tapped kids want their punch, and Rustie's got a schedule." "You're a loose cannon, Mel, and that hovercraft is a public menace," Whitehouse yelled, pointing an accusing finger. At that moment, a group of the children burst out of the doors, sprinting in wild circles. One of them headed straight for the commissioner's polished shoes with a dangerously angled chocolate bar in hand. Dorigo, reacting with the trademark speed of a left-back, swung his BMX around, creating a gentle barricade that redirected the chaotic swarm towards Rustie and her treats. "Nice one, Tony," Mel shouted. He turned back to Whitehouse, leaning in close. "The kids are safe, the chef is happy, and your shoes are clean. Now, unless you want to explain to the press why you're blocking a charity visit, I suggest you go get a steak bake and calm down." Whitehouse fumed, his face turning the color of a Sheffield United home shirt, but he retreated, knowing Mel held all the aces and he'd pulled out a deuce. Rustie let out a triumphant cackle, handing Mel a glass of punch. "You're a hero, Mel. What a pro." Mel looked over at the skimmer, then at Tony Dorigo, doing a wheelie in the car park. "Just doing my job, Rustie. Someone's got to keep this city level.